Hello and welcome to new gameplay today. I am your host, Alex Stadnick. Join with me, my partner in crime. You love him, you know him, the beautiful man himself, Alex Van Aken. Hello, sir.
Hello. How are you, Alex? Thanks for having me.
You are welcome. I am so good. Thanks for being on this. More realistically, what are we looking at today? What are we playing?
We are playing Back for Blood. Right now we're looking at versus mode, which I personally am very excited for. This is, supposed to be the PvP mode, which was one of my favorite modes back in Left 4 Dead 2 rather. And I'm excited to see how it looks today. I have not seen this footage yet.
Now, Mr. Van Aken and our loving audience here, if you hurt yourself verbally, you can't let other people hurt you. I don't know, I butchered that. I don't play well here, as you'll find out. But I do want to show off some of the different classes, right? I got to play as the Wretch here. But
wow, you already died, Alex.
But I didn't do it in vain because I goosed him with the juices that the Wretch.
Oh, dude, now your team's moving in. Yeah,
bro, they're coming in.
You're just playing up it close. You know, you're the guy whose KD is like 0.75 on the team, so that your shooters can really rack up the kills. You know,
exactly. It's like you played with me. It's a beautiful thing. So as Mr. Van Aken pointed out, this is the versus mode. I've gotten a few matches in from the beta and have enjoyed it. That being said, I feel like there's a decent amount of sitting around and standing around when the scavengers are prepping and whatnot, that I found was a little bit too much downtime for me. But when we actually got into the games, it was a lot of fun. I liked playing as the Wretch. As you saw, it was pretty, and the Infected in general, as you saw, it gets you back in the game pretty quick. I think it's like a 12-second respawn time, so that part of it's nice. But like I said, it takes a while to get into the actual maps. So, but
that's something I remember from Left 4 Dead actually, and I think it's been so long, but that was kind of purposeful because later on, and especially in the early stages, it's like, okay, I'm ready to play, but like later on, like in like the third or fourth section of a map, that extra time can be, really helpful. It's like, okay, they're like, we really gotta like come together and communicate to properly take down this team of survivors. But,
for sure.
But no, I think that's valid. I think that's totally valid.
Yeah, and I think and in no way is it a total like deal breaker by any stretch. This mode is very fun, but so, and Alex, you can tell me if I can't remember in Left 4 Dead if I know they did PvP campaigns, right? So it was that simulation of this, where this is round base. So if you look and see, if you they lasted, the survivors in the last round, the cleaners lasted for 1 minute and 7 seconds or something like that. So now we've switched over to the cleaners side, and now my team has to last longer than the other team did, and that's how you win. You win a certain round, and it's 3 rounds, and like I said, the winner just has to last the longest, basically. And now the Infected are going to try and take us down before we can get that hit there. So
it's kind of like, I've played a lot of games like that. It's interesting that they're implementing this into this formula. Because I could be wrong. I don't remember it in Left 4 Dead, but I like that. It's like, well, if one team does really well and they get all the way up to the end of the map, it's like, okay, we really gotta step in. And, meet them.
Yeah, the tension is definitely there. So, and also too in this scavenge stage, because the maps are smaller circles of their larger campaign counterparts.
Okay.
So, and around us right now is called the Swarm, which basically acts like a Fortnite ring, a battle royale ring.
Gotcha.
So after each of the waves, after you complete a wave, that ring starts to get smaller and smaller until it's just this little thing, and then you're dead. So, and that took about 5 minutes, I would say.
Okay. Huh.
I felt really bad. This is definitely not, this is the beta, so they're still working out the kinks, right? But I played a match where it was, I think we, as the Ridden, had 3 people and the other team had 1. He was just one guy, and this is absolutely not something you can clutch. We absolutely tore him to shreds. So
yeah, that poor guy.
yeah, but you know what? I respect him. He stayed in it. So he was a trooper.
So I think I misunderstood. So it is not tied to the campaigns.
No, not at this point.
That's okay, because that's what I loved about the old ones was getting to know that campaign so well that it almost became like a speed run.
Right.
And it was like, okay, whether I'm playing a survivor or infected, I'm gonna use like all of my knowledge of this map and try to stop the other team from whatever their objective is. So interesting that I get what you're talking about now, the battle royale sort of ring. Okay, yeah. I'm on the same page now.
Yeah.
Which I haven't played it, so I'll stay open-minded.
Yeah, for sure. It's I think the DNA of that Left 4 Dead, those campaigns is there, where I think this is going to be fun, but I really do want to see them implement the campaigns, and we've talked to them a couple of times. They know what people want, and I'm hoping, as launch comes up, and then when we get into whatever they're going to add, I'm hoping that the campaigns become a part of it. But as you can see, pretty quick, right? Won that because we beat them by 1 second, right? We won the round. So
wow, that was tense.
Yeah.
1 second.
Yeah, right. But like I said, that is one round of 3. And then I was really happy to see that, if you win the first 2 rounds, you win outright. There's no point in playing the 3rd one. So that's what's interesting and somewhat frustrating is too strong of a word this early on. But these rounds can go very quickly, which is great. I like being able to pop in and play really quick, right? The flip side of that, though, is it takes so long to get into it. And like I said, as a ridden, as the infected, you sit around a lot just waiting to kind of get going, while we scavenge. So it's like, but I also don't have a good idea on how to make that sitting time more worth it. And I think I show it in a little bit in this next section here, but there is just like how we are scavenging and upgrading our equipment. Like I'm going to get a different scope here for my MP5 or whatever. The ridden also can upgrade their abilities. There's a certain currency that you get each round. It doesn't carry over from game to game, but you gain it in the rounds, and you can update a lot. It's
kind of like what you use for the cleaners. They get money and can pour that into upgrades as well, like med kits and other stuff.
Exactly. Right? This is why I brought this man on. I got stuck. But
oh no, Alec.
Yeah,
this doesn't look good for you.
It doesn't, but I get through. I think in this point, yeah.
He's
but
going ham on him.
Yeah. But yeah, so they have their own upgrades too that they can, increase damage when they spit on someone or upgrade their damage. You can also upgrade the common ridden too, so you can make the swarms bigger. You can add armored ridden to the equation. You can add.
Do you know if that is tied to the entire team has to pitch in for that sort of common upgrade, or just one person has to bear the brunt of that investment?
I believe, don't quote me on this, but I do believe that everyone. So if I upgrade something that applies to everyone, right? All the people. If I upgrade the common ridden, that goes for my friend Fortune Cookie here, which I've never played with this person. I don't know if Fortune Cookie's a friend or not. So
you go way back.
Yeah. So there is some planning and some skill, tied to this, right? It's just I got him. It's like I said, it's just too long in between matches. So, but we died there.
Sure.
155 they have to beat, which, in a full match, we're only doing 2v2 right now, but in a full match, I feel like that's a decent amount of time. Or maybe I'm just saying that to make myself feel better. So, which is always a possibility.
No, I mean, as somebody who hasn't played it, I think you did a good job, Alex.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
So, I do have a question. Did you feel like the one thing that I always loved about PvP and the Left 4 Dead games was how the AI can only go so far in terms of competition, and that human element
really
brings a new sort of layer of complexity to the game. Did you find that felt the same here, or are the AI just smart enough that it wasn't really a big difference between? I know it's been a minute since we played the first beta back in December, but did you feel like that human element added anything differently to kind of the game?
As in just like the balancing,
the difficulty, like, oh, that guy did a really smart thing right there. That was really cool. Like, that's something that you wouldn't see the AI do, or is it just kind of like, okay, this feels like I'm fighting AI enemies, but I know it's a human on the other end?
I think I think I'm too early to give you a full report on that. I think
okay, that's fair. That's fair. You've only played like 2 matches, right?
Yeah, I've only played a few. I definitely, like I said, if you're outgunned in this, it is really hard to kind of keep up, right, and clutch these situations on either side. I will say, I think with a full team together of coordinating and stuff like that, I think like the Ridden could be a lot of fun, and they have the ability to like you saw me skulking in areas that the cleaners couldn't get to, right? So so there's definitely strategy in this. I want to play with a full team though to really test that out. So
yeah, I bet that'd be really fun.
Yeah, we took
all right. You spawn, and also, can you choose what you spawn as, or is it randomly?
Yes, and I should have included that. I'll include that actually in post, because you can choose the different. Not only can you choose the different Ridden, from like the Wretch to the Tall Boy, like you saw. There's also different variations of the each Ridden too. So it's a pretty in-depth, or excuse me, there's a decent amount of choice there too. So so if like we're struggling in a match, I can be like, hey, you quick switch to the spitter version of this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So but so that's a good look at the Back 4 Blood versus mode overall. While I have some complaints, I think this is a great look at the beta, and I am having fun with it, and I'm also loving the campaign section as well. So my hype train continues, Mr. Van Aken, and I hope yours does too.
Awesome. Me too. Yeah, I can't wait. And this is early access, August 5th through the 9th, and then the open beta starts the 12th to the 16th. Is that correct?
You are right as rain, sir. Which is rain that right? I don't know.
I don't know.
And then Back 4 Blood comes out later this year for I believe all the systems, besides Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, PC, the whole shebang. So
yep, the whole gambit.
Yeah, Mr. Van Aken, thank you so much. Appreciate you, and we appreciate you, viewers. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.